Hi, Raquel.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm
Welcome,
fine.
welcome to the Innovation Cafe. It's a pleasure to understand the concept that you've developed. I think it's a tool to optimize recruitment, but also to probably sell your skills in a better way. And this is curious because the Innovation Cafe is all about innovation.
Hmm.
And when we think about innovation, usually you think about corporate innovation.
Hmm.
But this is also personal innovation. It's a way to reinvent how you pitch
Yeah.
yourself, but it also optimizes the recruitment process, right? Because it
Mhm.
takes probably less time, and the quality of the recruitment process
Mhm.
also improves. But I'm not here to hear my voice. I'm here to listen to what is the journey folio. But then let's start with who is Raquel. So over to you.
Well, okay. So, hi. Thank you so much. It's very nice to be here. So, Raquel has a background in psychology, clinical psychology, but having that was not enough. I always wanted to work with teams and trying to understand how to figure out complex problems. So I start to change a little bit my professional approach from just psychology to work with companies and try to help them to understand their users, their context, and to apply that internally to new products, new services, new experience on the digital place or outside the digital place. So basically, long short, that's Raquel. So during all my professional background, I've been always trying to do some side projects because I have a, you know, very shining mind. And I started to do the journey folio just like around 2 years ago because I wanted to change to another company. It was a big company. But this was mostly motivated by a sentence that this guy told me once, and it was just like this. So imagine if you really want to be hired by a company that asks you for a CV. Well, and that, just stayed here in my subconscious for a long time. And when that happened to me, this company that I wanted to work with asked me for a CV. I start to think, do I really want to work with them? Yes, okay, I want, but I don't have a CV. I told you, okay, you can go and see my LinkedIn. I have everything structured there. You can learn a little bit more from the interview that we will be having later. But they insisted, no, you send me your CV, we need that. It's an internal protocol that we have to do, and we have to have the CVs from every people that we try to recruit. And okay, I start to design Journey Folio, which is this tool that tells your story, but in different levels. In your personal highlights, you have your learnings and your education. You have all your side projects that you feel that are more important to share, and of course your professional path. So it's a mixture of these different areas of your life, of your lifelong life, that you share with the person that is going to interview. So the basic information that a CV or maybe a portfolio has about yourself, I think sometimes it's not enough because it doesn't tell your B-sides. It doesn't tell what are your main abilities, your capabilities, maybe your more entrepreneurial skills that a CV doesn't show. You need to tell a story about yourself. You need to put your voice there. So that's what I did with Journey Folio. So it's a basic structure made in Google Docs. So
Yeah.
with hyperlinks, it's very simple and it's accessible to everyone. So it's based on Creative Commons, so everyone can build upon it. So it's an open tool that anyone can build, and basically that's it. So
And
it's very simple.
are you comfortable sharing your screen and probably
Let
explaining?
me try. Okay, if I can do it.
I think it's easier if we can visualize
Yes. Okay.
the
Host
the tool.
disable attendee screen sharing. It's saying that
So
host
this
disabled
uh,
attendee. Okay,
this
let
is
me
the
see.
cool thing in Innovation Cafe is that
Oh,
we don't plan all of these sessions, so it's
okay,
normal
but
to
yes. No,
And I'm
but I'm
not
not.
going to edit this video as well. So this,
Oh,
this
no, no, embrace it.
freestyle.
Yeah, but he's saying host is disabled, attended screen sharing. I
Oh,
play okay. Maybe it's you. You are blocking me?
it's my fault. So, okay, now you can. Yeah.
Can I try? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to try now. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, just me try the key there. Oh my God. So desktop share. Open system. No, I have to open my system's preferences. Oh, just a moment. Zoom. Okay.
This is the new normal. In the past, we would expect a perfect podcast.
Yes, of course.
Video. Now we just.
I'm trying again.
On the fly.
I think. Oh.
Perfect. Yeah.
There you are. So I'm going to put in the presentation mode. Give me just a second.
I'm going to mute my. The floor is yours again.
Yeah. While I'm okay. There. Go. Yeah, yeah. My MacBook Air is very old, so sometimes it's very slow. So this is the basics of a journey folio. Of course, I have this main page, but everything runs on top of this timeline, you know. So you have these different areas: the personal highlight, education, learning, side projects, and professional path. Of course, that you can add more. Imagine that you want to add all the different tools that you've been learning how to deal with all along this timeline. You can put them there too, or I don't know, you name it. And it runs on top of this. What does this mean? Okay, so this is the main presentation. So if I click here, let me see what happened here. Oh, I was, then I tell a little bit of the story of what was I doing in this moment of my life.
Yeah.
Okay. This is referring to a personal highlight. So if I want to go back, it's just clicking home. So with basic hyperlinks made on Google Docs. So let me see what side project do I have here. Oh, I was a global curator for collaborative consumption. And then I tell a little bit of the story, a little bit of the context. It's nice to have if you put some links to external websites, or maybe I'm going to show you in the professional path. Maybe if you have, let me put this one, not this one, maybe this one. Just a moment. For instance, here, when I was working with company and we designed something more specific, and if there's something more to add, you can click here and then it goes back to where the project is. And okay, this is a different way to put people on track of what you've been doing. So I'm going to show you, this is like the basic. This is what is it in Creative Commons. So it's a basic line, a design, a very simple layout where you can add all the text you want, all the images that you want, and you can move them around and add all the things that you feel like are interesting about you. So, okay, here we go again. Just going to do this big overview. So I have like around, I don't know, 50 slides. So, but it depends on your professional learnings and side projects that you've been doing all along, you know. So the interesting part, I was talking to this guy in the morning. His name is Felix Lee. He's a product designer and he's trying to help a community of designers to find their first job. And he found Journey Folio in LinkedIn, and he wants to use this tool to help these guys how to better structure their interviews, how to better structure their portfolios, but also not just the portfolios, because they do that on Behance and the other tools. He wants them to help how to structure the way they tell their cases and their stories about what they've been doing. So this is, I'm going to, how do I get out of here now? So let's just put this on the background. Yeah, you can say like this.
So at the moment, it runs on top of Google Docs, right?
Yes, but you can put it on a platform if you want. Yep. You can use a PowerPoint. You can use other types of tools if you want to run it. You know, this is as I said, this is just a starting point, you know.
Yeah, it's a prototype. Now it can
Yeah,
be
you can see,
iterated
yeah.
and improved. Yeah, it will be probably interesting to develop this on top of Miro or Mural, whiteboard
Yes,
collaboration,
yes.
because it's more visual, maybe even collaborative. We can invite the recruiter or
Yeah,
the company we are
yeah.
trying to work for, and then we
Because
can guide them on top of the board. Yeah,
because this intends to be a very personal thing,
yeah,
more than the CV, you know, because you tell more than just the things that you've been doing in a very professional way. So I think that each person could have its own layout and could run it on a different tool, whether the tool that they feel more comfortable about. So this is just a starting point for them. So, but the main thing is this will help you for sure, because it helped me, you know, structure your timeline of things, and helps the other part, the person that is going to interview. And if you send this before the interview, that person will know you better, and she will feel more comfortable and structured to ask you the right questions, you know. And maybe this will help it to frame the time of the interviews and the recruitment process. I can give you an example, because I tested this twice, and twice I got the job. I can say that, but well, it's just
100% success. So
yeah,
yeah,
but it was just 2 times. I cannot say for sure, oh, this is the best way
start
that you
point.
have
Yeah,
to go to an interview, but it helps the structure. And I was more clear about what I was going to say about myself. And I for sure felt that the person that was interviewing me knew me better, and could the questions that that person asked me were more about myself, and not just those open questions that that
yeah.
person does to everyone, you know.
That's a game
So
changer. That's really a game changer, because when we read a CV in a sequential way,
mhm.
it's not natural. It doesn't feel like
Yeah, yeah,
you.
it's true.
So
It's
this is applying human-centered design to reinvent the CV. But this might become the new Europass, the famous
oh
test.
my god, oh. Well, I hope not. If you know what I mean.
5 years time, everybody will be like, "Oh yeah, I do follow the
Yeah,
Ninja
of course, yeah.
Europass, the Journey Folio." Oh yeah, the Journey Folio that Raquel develops.
Yeah, I think it could work with like a reference, but not
Yeah,
I don't want it to stay unchangeable. You know, so the purpose of this being Creative Commons, I want it to evolve, you know. So make it personal. Yeah, you take Journey Folio and make it personal, you know, tell your story on top of this. There was this girl that on LinkedIn, she contacted me, and she was like in love with Journey Folio. She had all her cases on Behance, and she asked me, oh, please help me, Raquel. How can I transform my portfolio on Behance in something like this?
yeah,
So I gave her some tips, you know. So now she's trying to create a new approach of how can she show her work, but beyond that, how can she transmit her main characteristics, you know, even her character. Is she able to work in a collaborative way? Is she able to, I don't know, to work under pressure? Maybe the things that she's going to put there will show the person that somewhere in the future will is going to interview her, will show her if she's able to do that, you know. But the story that you put there, well, it's all about you too. So maybe not all the people has the skills to build a good storytelling. So, but you can even try. You can try.
What's your ambition? Is it to grow the model? Is it to grow and get 1 million users, you know, startup mindset in 2 years time, 10 million users in Europe or whatever using your model, or no ambition at all? Here it is. Now it's up to you.
Very honestly, no ambition at all. I tried with 2 friends to build a platform on top of this, but we didn't have the time because we were committed with our full-time jobs. And for you to be able to, at least this is what I think, for you to be able to run something like this, you have to be full committed. Otherwise it won't work. So we try that. So maybe back there, I had an ambition, but now I don't. I just put it there and let's see what's happening. But the thing is that I've been contacted by this guy, Dave Masternani. I don't know how to tell his name. He's the CEO of Gamestorming Group. He's the guy that wrote, one of the guys that I can show you. I think I have the site here, still showing.
It's exciting to have an
can you see it?
From Gamestorming. No, that's really good. Well done.
Yes. So the CEO of this platform, he contacted me via LinkedIn, and they are quite interesting and put this tool inside the website, you know, like an open tool, like a framework for everyone to use it. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think this is. I wasn't thinking about getting that far, you know. But people are reacting to this.
It's an achievement. So. Yeah. I need to talk with you to invite him to come here to the Innovation Cafe as well.
Oh, okay.
You will probably listen to this talk, I'm sure.
I can break the bridge. I make the bridge. Yeah.
Send him the link, the YouTube link.
Okay, I will share with him.
Very good. So no ambition. It's like here it is, an open source approach. Here it is. Yes. The community will probably decide or not, but it's up to the community, not up to you. Yeah.
Yes, I've been seeing a lot of people trying to help different designers, but not just designers. It's more broad, of course, but since I am more focused on this area, they are trying to help other people how to better find a new job, because, you know, COVID just broke us a little bit, you know, many companies just closed, and people don't know how to structure in a short time their portfolios and so on. So many initiatives were coming around this thing of helping each other. So I think that I launched this in this time to help people to do that too, you know, so it's totally altruistic, you know, so.
Yeah. So the Journey Folio might become the CV for a post-COVID-19 world.
Why not? At least it's, for those who are unemployed, I think it's a nice tool also for them to think a little bit about, like a reflection, trying to reflect what I've been doing, what do I want to do, because I've been doing all these things. I can write and structure my stories, my learnings, my cases, you know, and this can put people think about, do I want to still do these things on the post-COVID era, or I want to embrace another era, I don't know. But it's a tool that can help people to structure what they want to do from now on.
It's interesting, and I think that it connects pretty well with the, I'm going to call it framework to simplify because it's more than a canvas. So Alexander Westerwalder wrote a book called Business Model U. It's precisely about reinventing yourself. Of course, it ends up with the famous business model canvas, but it's the business model U. And you will be using probably Post-its to think about your future self. But what you bring here to the table is more than that, because as you mentioned minutes ago, you need to go back to when your professional life started, probably, or even when your life started.
Even before Hugo. Exactly. Yes.
And that's almost like a meditation exercise. You considering who you were and who you are and who you want to be. So I think the two connected somehow.
The combination.
Yeah, the combination of the two is yeah. But the thing is, the tool itself, your tool, the Journey Folio, from a visualization point of view, and by the way, I really believe the future is visual. So every time, that's why I was so excited with this, because it's visual, it's straightforward, it's fun, it's not boring. I think this tool is better from a visual point of view. It's straight to the point. And the fact that I can understand more than one layer at the same time.
It's more explorative, you know?
Yes, exactly.
Impels you to explore,
yeah.
You know? Not just to read a sequence of things, you know? You have the timeline, but I'm not impelled to use the sequence of the data. I can go there and there and there and there, you know? So I can have the story in pieces, but even though it's interconnected. So, and I just want to say something about going, into our past, because innovation, it's also about the future. And sometimes we forget the value of not the past itself, but the things that we do in our past, and we can find lots of inspiration there. And this could be a motto for that. People that want to reinvent themselves or innovate and try to work in different areas beyond the areas that they've been working for. So maybe the answer can be in their past, and I like for instance, sometimes you go back to things and to moments that you couldn't remember anymore, but since you are doing this, and then you remember, oh, I was really good doing this. Why did I stop doing that? So this is kind of a journey that helps you with that too,
Yeah, so here at Innovation Cafe, we are happy to host creative people like you. And if we can bring a tool to help the community to become better, not just from professional point of view, but also as the person as a whole.
Yeah.
Innovation as well. It's something new and valuable. So we are happy probably to be one of the first, let's say, communities to invite you for a talk, a video talk. Might become a podcast, who knows. So well done. Thank you very much for your time. And of course, we want to see you here on the Innovation Cafe once per week, because we run a session per week, usually on Thursday. And you have guests from 14 different time zones.
Okay.
We are around 200 people at the moment, which is good. So yeah, thank you very much.
I thank you.
Your weekend.